Coming up on Metrofile this week, Iruland in Etiosa local government area of Lagos State now has a new monarch. He is His Royal Majesty Oba Abdulwasiu Omogbolahan Lawal Abisogun II. Africa Together Against COVID-19, a concert organized by Facebook and Red Cross to create awareness and appreciate frontline workers. One people, one world, one world, one people, yeah. Also on the show, we speak to Mr. Atubosun Koladaisi, an audiovisual and live event producer, and Makinde Onyiloye, a set designer. They are not particularly excited about the new wave of online events. But we'll find out why. Now, it's always a pleasure to have you around. Welcome to another edition of Metrofile. We've continued to entertain you in the best way we can this period, as this is not the best of time for everyone. But we continue to stay positive, safe and well, and trust God will all come out victorious. Now, thank you once again for joining me on the program. Kindly watch out for flash images while we'll enjoy it. Once again, welcome to the program. I am Ogichukwu Ose. Now we begin in Iruland, Lagos State. The immediate past commissioner for agriculture in the state is now the 15th Oniru of Iruland. He is His Royal Majesty Oba Abdulwasiu Omogbolahan Lawal Abisogun II, and he was presented the staff of office by the governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu. Now here are the sights and sounds from that event.
It's a new dawn in Iruland, Etiosa local government area of Lagos State in southwest Nigeria. The kingdom is about to witness the installation and the eventual handing over of the staff of office to the 15th Oniru of Iruland, His Royal Majesty Oba Abdulwasiu Omogbolahan Lawal Abisogun II. A little over a year ago, the palace was thrown into mourning at the passing of the 14th Oniru of Iruland, His Royal Majesty Oba Idowu Abiodun Oniru. It's, however, a different story today. The drums are out, the guests are cheery, and merriment rents the environment as many turn up to witness history. A simple but colorful ceremony held at the Oniru's Palace on Victoria Island, Lagos State. This event heralded a new beginning for the kingdom, and the state governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, and his deputy, Mr. Femi Hamzat, are here to be part of this historic event, and at the same time, play their part as the Constitution dictates. The man of the moment, Oba Abdulwasiu Omogbolahan Lawal Abisogun II, and his wife of 20 years, Olori Mariam Olurotimi, were the center of attention when they stepped in. This event came days after the state's Executive Council approved the selection of the traditional ruler, who is the immediate past Commissioner for Agriculture in the state. He was nominated for the traditional stool by the Abisogun ruling house of the larger Oniru dynasty.
It will be recalled that the Abisogun royal family of Iruland sent a letter of nomination of Prince Abdul Wasiu Omogbola Lawal to Etiosa local government for consideration after the demise of Oba Idowu Abiodun Oniru in 2019. The state government has duly approved his nomination after having followed all due process.
For the #1 citizen of the state, this is his first royal assignment since he assumed office over a year ago.
Today is an historic day in the history of Iruland, and as we gather to celebrate the installation of the 15th Oniru of Iruland, on behalf of myself, the governor, the government, and the people of Lagos State, I heartily congratulate His Royal Majesty Oba Abdulwasiu Omogbolahan Lawal, the Abisogun II, the Oniru of Iruland, on your accession of the throne of your forefathers. Let me also rejoice with the sons and daughters of this kingdom on this auspicious occasion, which has been necessitated by the transition of the 14th Oniru of Iruland, Oba Idowu Abiodun Oniru, a man that we all love and we all know too, but who joined his ancestors on September 2019 after a prosperous and glorious reign on the throne.
Then it was time for the main business of the day. And then he hands over the staff of office.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the people and government of Lagos State, I have the honor to present the staff of office to His Royal Majesty Oba Abdulwasiu Omogbolahan Lawal, the Abisogun II, the Oniru of Iruland. Thank you.
Please, can I have a resounding Kabiyesi?
Now this concludes the traditional rites to mounting the seat of Oniru of Iruland. The new traditional ruler wants the people of the kingdom, as well as non-indigents resident in the kingdom, to join hands with him for the growth and progress of Iruland and Lagos State as a whole.
I want to assure all of us, Mr. Governor, I'll be fair and I'll be just, with the support of everyone. On behalf of the Oniru royal family, so I want to appreciate the support and the trust that you have given us.
He promised to rule with justice and fairness, adding that his mission is to first unite the ruling houses for the progress of the kingdom and the success of his kingship.
Well, may his reign be long and peaceful. Now let's check out the latest online concert as artists across Africa unite to create awareness on COVID-19 and appreciate frontline workers. Take a look.
While the COVID-19 induced lockdown is gradually being eased across the world, large gatherings are still heavily discouraged. This means concert venues are still shut and the stages still empty. The show, however, must go on, And that's why a good number of creatives have been taking advantage of the online platforms to host remote concerts. And on this occasion, as hosted by Facebook and the Red Cross, it's to raise funds in the fight against the pandemic as well as entertain. Tags the Africa Together Against COVID-19 concert and hosted by top comedian Basketmouth, the concert stars some big names in the contemporary and traditional African music across different countries like Senegalese singer and songwriter Youssou N'Dour, three-time Grammy-nominated Nigerian artist Femi Kuti, together with his family who back him up with voice and instrumentation.
One people, one world, one world, one people, yeah.
As expected, Nigeria had the most representation from a single country. D'banj and Aramide brought the West African flavor to the concert. That's not all. Maven record buddies Johnny Drill and Ladipo combined for a session that saw the country music singer behind the keys.
What I wanna do is try it, try it, try it. What I wanna do right now, try it, try it, try it. Do this, try it, try it. What I wanna do is try it. What I wanna do is try it.
German-Nigerian singer and songwriter Ayo also brought the European sound.
And you will find what I've been looking for. Rest assured, I won't love you, no, let's just smoke. Rest assured.
One Love the Cubular flew Ghana's flag, being the only representative from the West African nation.
If my brother did struggle for Nigeria, I be Nigerian, no. If my sister did struggle for Kenya, I be Kenyan, no. If my brother did struggle for Somalia, I be Somalian, no. If my sister did struggle for Romania, I be Romanian.
South African rapper AKA performed with an almost full band to the delight of the viewers.
For your jacket to the wax shit for a summer smash. Pass sex for your masters like a mad head to the Tupperware. Gold things like a shovel Rex. I dance for the cover grass. White tears to the double thing. Boom, 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 boom. Don't forget to check your last spot. Mirror, mirror, I'm an icon. Swagger till I'm on the high horse. Lord
The concert pays periodic tributes to the frontline health workers, and at some point, a group of officials attached to the Health Service Corps made a special rendition about the deadly pandemic laced over Eastern African type rhythm. And then other performers from Congo, Cameroon, and musicians from other parts of the continent.
Oh yeah. I'm on a highway, driving faster than I ever did. It's a long way, but I'll be there before you know, 'cause I came a long way. And everything seems to wanna stop me coming your way.
Take it easy. Easy. Oh. From the start, you're making me fall in love. And then in no time, you're making me love you some more.
While the pandemic will probably change the way we live for a long time and create a new normal, it has also inspired the desire to find new ways of bonding and rejuvenation of the human spirit.
COVID-19 pandemic.
All right, we'll go on a quick break. When we return, Metrofile continues. Stay with us. Welcome back, and trust me, online platform has definitely created a new wave of providing entertainment and further cementing the bond between artists and their fans. Now, it's, however, a source of worry and concern for a group of people whose means of livelihood is being threatened. Now, those who work behind the scenes to provide logistics for live events. Now, we speak to Mr. Tuboso Koladaisi of Mobile Screens and Sound Limited and set designer Makinde Oyuloye of Sounds Limited. Take it. The emergence of online events as a way to keep life and fun going during this pandemic is a welcome development for many. But for some, it could be the beginning of a new era where their professional services become redundant.
There's a cry from people.
Mr. Tuboso Koladaisi is the founder of Mobile Screens and Sound Limited. Now, for as long as online event remains a thing, he may have to start thinking about a whole new way to approach his business. But first, he tells me how promising 2020 looked at the beginning of the year.
January started with a bang. We had events booked, Usually we have about a job every day, thank God. So we're looking forward to 2020, and a lot of activities are going to happen. But bang, in the middle of March, the COVID hit, and then everything just came to a standstill. And there was a lot of confusion and panic in the air up until today.
It doesn't look like the kind of event he used to cater for or starting anytime soon, and he's not getting worried.
Yes, I am. Definitely I am. I mean, what we usually do is, audiovisuals, LED screens and all that. They are all like hardware. And, the way that things are going now, everybody is going online to do their events because of the rule of not more than 20 people, social distancing and all that. So a lot of our equipment are just sitting in the warehouse not doing anything. And obviously we had leveraged, borrowed some money, technology changes all the time, so you need to be up to date if you want to compete in the marketplace. So I'm a bit worried, but I'm hoping that towards the end of the year, maybe things will get better a bit. But right now, it hasn't been good news.
Now, you mentioned the fact that a lot of concerts and events, the type you cater for, they've all moved online. And how will that impact on your business? Because you are a physical person. You have to be there. You have to check the sound, check audio, check this and that. But now everybody's in the comfort of their homes singing and send to those who will mix it, and then they have a concert. How are you going to cope?
Well, it's not going to be easy, I must tell you. And when you go you do these events online, you hardly have so much equipment. Some people even look at their online from their phones or from their laptop. Meanwhile, we have these huge speakers and LED and all sorts of stage lights and everything that we usually rent out. And that is not needed for Zoom. But what we've been able to do is that we've introduced the fact that, okay, you can have a crowd of 20 people. Rather than everybody squinting their eyes and looking at a small screen, you can have a big screen and connect audio to it, so you can actually see your relatives and people that you are having this celebration with worldwide. But I mean, that cannot be more than one screen out of almost about 60-something screens that we have. And you know, how much audio would you need for 20 people? Hardly any. So it's not good news.
With the huge capital involved in running his business, Mr. Koladaisi is now looking for ways to cut costs.
It's looking like a lot of support that we've been hoping will happen, especially in terms of funding, where you know, we've had situations where NISAR was mentioned that they're going to help, you know, to alleviate so that we don't let off our staff. I don't know anybody that has enjoyed that facility. We've gone to banks to borrow money, you know, to stock up our equipment, because like I said, technology changes. So if you're not upgrading your technology, you're going to be found wanting. So it hasn't been easy, and looking into the future, we're hoping that things will gradually come back to normal, but it's going to take some time. So weathering the storm is what we're trying to do now. And we're hoping that as soon as possible, things will start picking up.
These times call for action, and he must retool his operation in order to remain in business.
We have a circle of a chain of businesses in the industry. We have this, which is the audiovisual business. We have a recording studio. We have event hall. You know, Darlington Hall is just next door. And then we have a generator rental company that also caters for events in terms of power. And so what you find is that everything is still tied to the events industry. We work with crowd, number one, and then our staff as well. We have to make sure that they are very health and safety conscious when they're going to site, how they set up, you know, what they touch and what they don't touch, you know, sanitize, wash their hands and all of that. That is going to change. Then the way we also do our things in terms of coming to crowd the office on a daily basis to work, that is going to change.
His aspirations and plans for 2020 were huge, and he backed it up with a huge investment, now lying fallow in his warehouse.
They've practically been lying here, doing nothing, so to speak. Just once in a while, one or two of the equipment will go out. But we were positioned to do a lot of business this year, so we bought a lot of equipment at the last quarter to be ready for business.
So all these are supposed to cater for those big and huge events?
Yes, you know, the events cut across religious events, corporate events, sporting events, social, weddings, funerals, and concerts and all of that. So they cut across. And, you know, Nigeria really, we're very big in entertainment. So there's always a job every day before COVID.
What else can you really do with it? Is there any other way you can make money?
I've been, you know, cracking my brains, putting on my thinking cap. You know, there was a time that it crossed my mind that, you know, can I sell to advertisers? Maybe a part of it to recover some money to pay bank loans. Some people have started doing drive-in concerts where you take your car to a field and then you see a cinema on the screen. You know, that also can come up. And then we'll do other things like maybe maintaining people's screens, consulting. But for now, you know, we're stuck with it.
I don't need to be told that you spent so much money to stock up this place. But how do you protect your investments?
Well, the investments have been huge over the years, especially last year. I mean, this investment is running into a few hundreds of millions. And sometimes it gives me sleepless nights that, you know, how am I going to be able to cope, especially with the high interest rates that we get from the banks. But what we do is that we have insurance, comprehensive insurance on them, both within the warehouse and in transit. And obviously, when you're getting funding from banks, they insist that you must have insurance with them.
The story is not entirely different for set designer Makinde Oyinloye. This has also not been the best of time for his business.
Yeah, well, it has really affected the business because no one is asking for set designs, no one wants to build anything because obviously we can't gather a crowd because the business entails social interaction. We have halls where we gather up to 1,000 people. Yeah. Unfortunately, we can't do that anymore. So we've taken a big hit. It has affected, but with the ease of the lockdown, we're hoping that we'll begin to see new business.
But how much hope can Makinde have now that most events have moved online?
I'm a bit worried. It's not a total deal breaker. We will still be needed, however little. But I think the onus is on us to look inward and see how can we, with the help of technology, fit into this new normal, as it were. And we're getting there. There's VR, which is helping with experience, because majorly what we do is to create experience for people. Yeah. So VR, we're looking at ways to infuse VR into our sets. Beyond set designs, you have sets for promoting brands, brand activations. So we're looking at automation. How do we bring in technology to resolve what we have, the issue we have at hand.
He's also looking to maximize the use of social media.
As far as events are concerned, which is the business we do basically, creating sets for online content. I think it's still something that you have to come to a set designer to design a set for you. Or the average events usually will bring together 2 or 3 set designers. Right about now, you don't need so much set designers. You probably just need one person. Yeah, because now it's online.
With all the challenges at the moment, Makinde still nurtures hope that the future holds much more for his sector.
I'm one person who tries to look at the good in every situation. So this is a situation where I'm trying to see where can we plug in, right? After COVID. I believe COVID, as it were, is something that is going to be with us for a while. So we need to learn to infuse our services into the market. And I think COVID has taught everyone an important lesson with regards to health and safety. So going forward in the industry, those are going to be very, very important points to look at.
Well, hopefully we'll all find a balance and figure out how to live this new normal. Anyway, we end the show at this point. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember, this show repeats on Saturday at 12 noon. And also, you can reach us with the number blinking on your screen and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Thank you once again for watching. I am Oge Chukwose. Stay well and stay safe.